Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to probably one of my most favorite videos to make throughout the year. That is setting up my next planners. So in this video, I'm going to be getting my planners ready for 2026. The planners that I'm going to be setting up is the N1 2026 Common Planner. This is going to be my health, fitness, kind of well-being type planner. So that is what this is going to be. Then we have my trusty, true ride or die planner that I've had for the last 3 years now, I think. And that is my Hobonichi cousin. I have gone back and continued to use the Avec. So we're going to be setting up, primarily we're going to be setting up my January to June planner, but we are going to do a little bit with my July to December planner. So if you would be interested to see how I set up my planners for 2026, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I have several things in front of me and I have some ideas of what I want to do this year. Let's just jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and just start with my common planner. This is, like I said, what I'm going to be using for my health and fitness and wellness, kind of just my overarching physical well-being for 2026. I'm going to be using this planner. I did end up purchasing off of an Etsy shop. This is Lauren Phelps Designs. I'll make sure to tag her down below, but I got a clear cover from that page. It had really good reviews and it's really good quality. This one does have 3 little card slots on the front, which I really do appreciate. And it also does not have the pen loop, which I also appreciate because I do not use the pen loop. I hate when clear covers have pen loops. It drives me crazy. I don't know what it is, and I'm so glad this one does not. So this is the cover that I'm going to have. But before I get started and put the cover on it, I actually went ahead and printed out something to put on top of my N1, and I ended up using some vellum paper. This is from Paper Junkie. This is vellum printing paper, 93 GSM. I bought this off of Amazon a while ago, and I used this vellum paper, and I just went onto Pinterest, and actually it was either Pinterest or Canva. I can't remember which one it was, but I just found some like black and white line floral drawings that I just wanted to go ahead and use, and I thought this looked really nice with the gray background. So this is what my cover is going to look like. I am going to I don't know if I can like tape this down. Sometimes you can, but this is like textured and I don't know how well it's going to stay, but I'm going to use my Tombow permanent adhesive like tape runner. I love this thing, and I want to use this just to kind of keep this in one spot, and it looks like it does want to work. I'm just going to do a little bit on the edges because I was afraid of that. See how it's got like a little bit, I don't know if you can see, there's like, you can see a little bit of the tape. I figured that was going to happen, but I needed tape on the top. This at least covers up with the roses. You don't really see it, but I just need 2 little dots probably. I don't even think I need it in the other places. This is going to keep it pretty secure. And then before I put the cover on it, I also went and used my Cameo, my Silhouette Cameo, and I did on some, I made some vellums for me to put on my Hobonichi cousin and on my N1. So I'm going to put the 2026, and this is kind of in a navy blue. You really can't tell with the clear piece over top, but I'm going to put it right here, and that's going to cover up hopefully the gold 2026 and the little tape runner side. Sometimes it doesn't want to stick to the like transfer thing. My transfer sheets are not the best. I actually need to buy more, and I completely forgot how crappy they are until I used it just a little bit ago. Hoping this will come off. There you go. And hopefully this doesn't try to stick to my vellum. Otherwise, this is not going to be a successful setup. Perfect. A little crooked, but it's good. All right, so now that's gonna take care of the cover, or this top piece. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the cover on. I hate having to bend this back to try to get the back piece on. It has to be done. So that is my common planner. I may end up having to go back in and putting some more tape on the four corners, but I think that looks very nice. And now I am going to put my name. I'm going to put that right down here. I usually don't put my name in my planners, but I just felt like adding my name to my planners. Perfect. And then I do have tabs. Now originally I was not going to do tabs in my fitness planner or in my Hobonichi cousin Avec because honestly I don't use them very often. I have also these index clips that I got off of Jet Pens last year, along with these tabs. I got them last year and I still have some left over. I use the clips way more often than I actually ever use the tabs, but I do have 2 full years of tabs left from when I used them in 2025. So I'm just going to go ahead and use them for both my 2026 N1 and my Avec. So I am going to go ahead and put these down. These are the Midori like gray minimalistic tabs. I do not remember what they're called. I'll also try to link them down below. I know that Jet Pens does still have them. At least they did back in October because I did see them when I did one of my October purchases. So if you would be interested, I'll have this link down below as well. But I'm going to go ahead and just put these at the beginning of the week, or the beginning of the first week of the month. I'm going to put where the little actual one is. So I'm going to do this really quickly. And with the tabs, if you've never used them before, these tabs have like a little grayed out piece, and that's what I line the edge of the paper up to. So that way you have like a nice consistent depth for how much the tab sticks out. And then after you do that, you just fold this over and then you're good to go. So that is the first. And now I'm going to go to February, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the weeks really quickly. So I have all of my tabs set up, and I love these tabs because it doesn't cover or it doesn't stick out past your clear cover, which I greatly appreciate because I don't want anything that's going to stick out far enough that's going to potentially rip when I put it in my bag. That is my setup. I don't really know what I'm going to do because I've never had a health or fitness wellness type planner before. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use all of the different spreads in this planner. So I'm not going to be going through and setting up the interior piece of my planner right now. If you'd be interested, I can do a flip through probably the middle of January or to the end of January, just to kind of show you what I decided to do, at least for the first month of the year in this planner, because I really don't know. I'll go ahead and flip to the actual first week just so you can kind of see what I'm thinking, because I do have some clear sticky notes for some ideas how I'm going to use this. So I'm not quite sure if this is going to stay, but what I'm thinking is that over here, I'm going to have a water intake section, weight, like what I weigh. If I take my blood pressure, I'm going to have blood pressure, workouts, and then step counts is going to be kind of on this side. And then on this side, I'll do like a meal log. So like what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I've noticed that if I actually write out what I'm eating, I don't eat as bad. So I want to start doing that to hopefully keep me consistent. So that's going to be on the left side. And then on the right side, I thought half the page would be like my mood for that day, like my thoughts on my mood, and then food thoughts. So if I eat something that kind of upset my stomach, or if I have something that I just don't know if I'm going to enjoy in the future, or, kind of, because there are some things that do mess up my stomach, and sometimes I don't realize what they are because I just don't keep track of what I'm eating. So I thought I would split up this page. So I'll have mood thoughts on one side and then food thoughts on the other. And then the line will be drawn across for each of the days. So I'll have this little box right here for Monday, and then over here, Monday's food thoughts. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't quite know if that's going to stay. So we will see how that kind of pans out. But I will say, for the pen that I plan on using for this, I did recently buy off of Jet Pens the Calm multi pen in 07. It's got a red, a blue, and then this is a black, and this is a ballpoint pen. I do have some multiple Uni-Jet Stream multi pens in a 05, but they just write, I don't know what it is, but with the Tomoe River paper, the Uni-Jet Stream writes really, really, really smooth. And it's like my pen gets away from me, and I don't like that. So I went up to the Pentel Calm in 07, and I tested it on some like scrap Tombow paper that I have from like old planners. And I really do like the way that this writes. It's got a little bit of grip to it. It has more grit to it than I think the Jetstream does. So I think this is going to be the pen that I'm going to end up using. And I like that it's just, a simple pen. I'm not going to have any major stickers or anything. I don't really plan on doing a lot to this planner. This is going to be in my purse, pulled out as the day progresses, annotating my thoughts, my meals, all that kind of stuff. So I don't want a lot of extra stuff to go in here. So I thought that this might be a very nice pen just to keep in my purse and use whenever I need to pull this out. So this is my N1 Common Planner Fitness Wellness Planner for 2026. So this is what this planner is going to be for. All right, so now we're going to move on to the Hobonichi Cousin. I love this planner. This is my everything planner. This is my time blocking, what I'm doing during the days each week. It's also my daily journal, and I use the monthly spreads for kind of pre-planning or getting myself kind of in the right mindset for what's happening during that month. And then I have the year at a glance. This is what I use for like a journal index. So this is kind of my all-in-one planner, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to go ahead and set these up. I also have some vellum for this one. I only have the vellum for the January through June. I did not print out vellum for the July through December because I wanted to get something probably a little bit more a different color scheme, because this vellum has like yellow, and this is like a bluish, I don't know if you can even see, bluish flowers. And I wanted to have something kind of simple for the cousin for this one, the first half of the year. So I'm not going to mess with the end of the year yet. And then I also have some stickers that I do plan on using. I do need to get one more thing. Hold on one second. I also have this. This is like a washi multi-roll thing. I got this off of, I think, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, like probably 4 years ago. I don't believe they sell these anymore because I have not seen them on their website or whenever I go to either one of those stores. I never see this in store, so I don't think they make this anymore. But I want to use this because I don't know if the stickers that I chose are going to stay in the place that I want them to, that I place them at now. So basically, this is an easy way for me to use my stickers, but not kind of be stuck with wherever I place them. I may end up just putting them down later, like actually sticking them to my cousin, so that way I can use them, because I am someone who hoards stickers and just never wants to use them. And they just sit there and stack up and stack up and stack up. And that doesn't help. I need to use the stickers that I own. So I'm going to do that now. So I have pulled aside several stickers that I got from Coffee Monsters Co. because I have quite a few stickers from her that I just never use up. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to put these under my vellum, and I've kind of thought about where I wanted to put them anyway. So I wanted to maybe put that right here to cover up the Hobonichi Techo spot, and then maybe put this right here to do the 2026, and that covers up this part. And then it'll look kind of like this. I don't know if I like that right down there though. I had already kind of put these in spots and I don't remember what I did. I know I wanted this right here. Hold please, I have to get these in the right spots that I had thought about a while ago. Or maybe, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna put them on top. Same concept, but this will be better. So I'm going to use this to tape this vellum down. Now this is taped down. It's got like a little bit of a design. Now I can go ahead and place these. I think I'm going to do it like this. So I still have a little bit of the designs in the background. It kind of covers up the bright yellow. And then I still have my stickers. So I'm going to end up using this. And what I end up doing is just taking some of this washi that I don't really use very often other than for the purpose that I'm doing right now. And I just kind of roll it like this and then stick it down. So that way the stickers stay, but if I ever need to reposition or if I want to reuse these stickers later, I have them and I don't kind of just lose the sticker altogether because I've laid it down and now I can't do anything about it. So now I have all of my stickers all nice and secure to my vellum. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on my cover. I bought these from JetPens. I had to buy 2 of them. And this is the Midori notebook cover in A5. Last year I got these off of Amazon, but for some reason Amazon doesn't have them anymore. And again, I will try to link this down below. This is one of the reasons I debated actually going and just getting the A5 planner cover from that same Etsy shop because this has the stupid pen loop that I absolutely hate and there's no actual sleeves here. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably not going to put my cover on the Avec for July through December. And I may end up looking on that website, that Etsy shop, and just trying to get another cover from them instead of using the Midori one because I really like not having the pen loop and I really like having the sleeves already in the cover. So I think I'm going to end up doing that. But I'll go ahead and just use this one for now and I'll put this one to the side. And maybe I'll use it for something else later on. I don't know. You know what? I do have an A5 planner from the Common Planner. I may end up just using this at work and putting my work planner maybe in this. I may end up doing that if I buy a cover from the Etsy shop. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. So we have the cover on our January to June Hobonichi Cousin Avec, and I really like it. I hate the Hobonichi with the yellow. The blue I like, the yellow I don't. I wish they would change the color for the first half of the year on their Avec. It drives me crazy, but you know, this at least does something to take the yellowish tone away, but you know, whatever. All right. I am going to go ahead and just use, since I'm not going to set up my July through December yet, because I want to put the cover on it first before I start messing with the tabs, because I want the tabs not to accidentally rip off. So I'll go ahead and just put the tabs on my January through June. And I put the tabs on the monthly page because I don't really need the tabs for the weekly pages. So I'll just go ahead and really quickly put them on the first day of the month in the daily pages. So now we have tabs on all of my months. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of those over here along with this. Let me put my little stack of July through December over there. All right, so we have the tabs down, we have the cover down, I have my stickers down. now I do want to go ahead and put my name, and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just, do I want to put it on the cover here since there's no like tab or like sleeves, or do I want to put it right here? I'm not quite sure. I think I'm gonna put it over here. And I have the file saved, so if I end up buying a new cover, I can easily just reprint this or recut it and put it right back on the new cover easily, so it'll be fine. Name, cover, tabs, all that is done. I am gonna go ahead and set up really quickly, I think, the top piece of my year at a glance for January through June. That way it's done. The top piece, I like to annotate the books I read, or the number of books I read, the pages that I read, and then my subscriber count for this channel, the increase or decrease, and then also the subscriber count for my other channel. I have a reading channel, just because I can see the increase or decrease as the months go on. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here. And then down here, this last year, I did a favorite books, like my top 3 books. I think I'm going to do that again, but I think what I want to do is actually print out the picture of the book cover, like my favorite book for that month. And I'm going to put that down here. So I'm not going to mess with the bottom piece, but I am going to go ahead and do the top piece. Now, one of the other things I did realize today, actually. So if you've watched any of my channels, you know I love the Muji gel ballpoint pen in like 05 is kind of my favorite. I did not realize this. I kind of randomly just started Googling, but the Muji pen is the exact same like insides as the Sharpie S Gel pen. So what I ended up doing is this is the Muji that went in this. I took it out and swapped it for the Sharpie S Gel body because this is a clicker and I just really like the feel of this pen. I don't know what it is. And then I used a magic eraser to erase the ink off of the body. You still can see a little bit, but it's not nearly as noticeable. So if you have Muji pens, and I mean, I like this body style, but sometimes the like back piece is loose and it's not a clicker, so you got to take the cap off every time. If you get tired of this body style, you can change it out for at least the Sharpie S Gel. You can use that body and swap it out. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm not using the Sharpie. I'm using the Muji in this pen. We're going to go ahead and really quickly do the top piece for my headers for books read, pages read, and subscriber counts. And then we'll go ahead and get that done. And then you'll see me in just a second. That is my year at a glance. I'm not going to do anything for July through December because that's going to be in that book. I'm not going to go ahead and set up the December monthly spread. I will end up doing a January monthly spread once it gets closer to January. And the same thing with the day of the week. I am going to go ahead and use one of these clips because while I have the tabs in the daily pages, I don't have anything for the weekly pages, and I do refer to the weeks throughout the week. So I am going to go ahead and take one of these clips and I just put it at the very top of each week. So that way I know what day I am on. And then for the daily journal, even though I have the tab on the very first day of the month, I don't have anything to kind of annotate where I am in any of those specific days in the month in my daily pages. I feel like that doesn't make any sense, and I'm sorry if it doesn't. But what I'm going to end up doing is I did show in one of my recent videos, kind of like, I think it was my Black Friday video, some of the things I would buy if I didn't already own them. And one of them was my laminator. In that video, I did talk about my like pen board that I'm going to make every month. So this is for January. It does have like a monthly theme, monthly focus, monthly intentions, monthly affirmations. I have a quick little, decorative mood board, I guess, for the month of January. But the reason why I really wanted to make this was because previously, Helen from Coffee Monsters Co. on her website, she would put out some daily prompts, and I like to use those to kind of, if I don't have a lot going on for any particular day, I'll use those to fill up the page. She's not doing it for 2026, so I just went to ChatGPT and asked it to give me some daily prompts for January 2026 with the theme New Beginnings, and this is what was spit out to me. So I'm going to keep this in the back of my daily section, so that way I have a good spot of where I'm at each as the month progresses. And this way I also have my daily prompt. So that is what's going to be in the back right here. This is like my pen board, and that is going to be the separator for my spread. I do also have this new quarter sticker that I never know what I want to use, and I was debating if I wanted to use it in my cousin, but I really don't know because the sticker's a little bit too big for my daily spread or my monthly spreads, and I don't really think I want to have it in my daily journal, so I don't quite know what I want to use this for. Maybe, because I know the common planner does have quarters, so maybe I'll put it right here. I'll do like a new quarter sticker at the beginning with the priorities. Maybe. I just said I'm not going to do stickers in this book, but honestly, I don't have any other place to put this sticker, and so it's going right here. And this is probably going to be the only stickers I'm going to have in this entire book. There we go. Okay. And then also I have this. This is like my page pencil board that this just came in with my sterling ink order. So I've just been putting it in actually the back where the blank pages begin. Yeah, right here. Just like that. Okay. So I think that is everything I wanted to do for my 2026 planners. I'm going to put all of these back in here. So I put my July through December Hobonichi is back in here because I wanted to have it all kind of put in one spot. So if I get a new cover, I can put it on here. So that is back there. And these are my two planners that I'm going to be using come January 1st. And I am so excited to start diving into these planners. I cannot wait. I only have, I think, one more week. I think it's next week is the first full week. Yeah, because this is Christmas week currently. No, I think I have 2 weeks. I have 2 more weeks, I think, left before I can start using this. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are interested to see kind of, especially how my fitness planner is set up, make sure to check out my January videos because I do plan on kind of walking through my first month in this planner and give you my thoughts and how I decided to set it up and what's working, what's not working. So definitely make sure you subscribe so that way you can be notified when that video goes live. And with that, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see everybody in my next video. Bye!